One obvious way you know that I'm the top martial artist is they're changing my voice and they do not process some of the core ideas that I talk about. They don't process the idea of a Royal African Falcon top martial artist. They don't know what it is. They've depicted things too much like cartoons, He-Man, fairies, right? They start to say, there's something beyond the white man and the token minority and the thug, but they cannot, for the life of them, process it. They see The Last Samurai on TV, they say, okay, there's something there, but they don't quite get that. But they certainly do not understand. Part of it is there's no words. English, for example, the word for grace refers to a lot of different ideas, has a broad sense and a narrow meaning, and so on and so forth. Okay, they do not have a word for the Spirit of God that reflects the Spirit of God. And when they say God, you think of all these churches, you think of all these idiots and these psychology using fools. They don't understand. The people, even when they're in the funerals, they don't understand. I'll give you this example. If I was to tell you what is 1,226 times 200,228.765437219,658, okay, tell me in the next 10 seconds. Your brain wouldn't process it. It is a similar reason why they do not process Royal African Falcon top martial arts. Okay, they did not evolve for their brain to process it. Okay, and that's why it's part of why I get so aggravating when I say, okay, you people are shallow in the church. You're mindless. You're indifferent. You might be academics, but you're not spiritually qualified to be teachers and to lead humanity. Okay, and the more they push back, the more annoying it is. It's far worse than like a retarded little kid, okay, trying to fly the plane when he doesn't know how. And you're like, look, I'm the pilot, sit him the fuck down. And the whole fucking plane is like, no, let him fly. It's our culture. Right? It's fucking pathetic. Okay? So when it says things in the Bible like Jesus says, I'm going to come back on a cloud, he's not talking about a fucking, literally a cloud. Okay? It's talking about a collection of the Spirit of the righteous, right? Let it rain down righteousness, a collection of righteousness, justice, and the Royal African Falcon top martial artist spirit. Now, I'm not racist, I'm part white, but how do we know it's African? Well, first of all, where do people come from, right? The creator, the source of the force. Okay, the path, the gate, the root. Okay, second of all, okay, what white person or other race comes close to the idea? They don't. The white man, King Louis, King Richard, King George, so on and so forth, right? They're not it. The military, the police, their martial arts schools, Johnny Cage, right? Van Damme, they're not it. Steven Seagal, Dolph Lundgren, the local martial arts instructors, when they try to take on another religion, they don't achieve that pinnacle, that gate, that highest point. The highest point along the way, wisdom calls out, Proverbs 8. So to understand Matthew 24, you have to understand what the cloud is. It must include the Royal African Falcon top martial arts order in its rightful place, or it's not the cloud that Jesus comes back on. It can only be through me. You see what I'm saying? That's what it has to be. It can't be, Joe Biden leading it. It can't be Harry and William leading it. It can't be Queen Elizabeth. It can't be, Christina Aguilera or whoever. On the same token, it can't be Carlton. It can't be Snoop Dogg. It can't be, Usher. It can't be these people. It can't be Native American, Asian, Islander, none of that stuff. Okay, we're talking about the top martial artist, Spirit of God. God set apart the top martial artist as the name above all names. What's above that? A nerd? Elon Musk? The King of France? What's above that? It's nothing's above that. And the only way to be that is it has to be a Royal African Falcon top martial artist, and I'm the last one possible. Now, what are the characteristics? The characteristics, right? In the Bible, they say the great shepherd, the good shepherd. The Lord is a warrior, so Jesus is a warrior. Mighty God, mighty warrior, wonderful counselor. The bread of life. What are these? Is this a shallow kind of psychology, fairy, theater, art game? No. The people who do it that way are Satanists. They're dumb and dumber. The characteristics of the Royal African Falcon, the alpha of all humanity, the natural King of Kings, the leader who's not going to respond to their pathetic warnings, okay, has to do with the Pharaoh in his handsome, heterosexual, masculine, mighty, graceful, skywalking, agile, agility and nobility, agile form. Surgical striking, faster than Bruce Lee, because of that masculine African intensity that God's spirit guides, and not the West with their stupid, childish beta technology, but the true spirit of God. That's why they edit my videos, because they're nowhere near. They're like, hi, welcome to my church, welcome to my church. Okay, that's not it. They're like, yes, yes, hey, please have a seat. That's not it either. They don't get there. You see what I'm saying? They don't get anywhere near close to that. They're about as close to it as an ant, as a bug, as a dog, as a sheep. Okay? And you need to understand this. Is this racist? No. Is it the facts? Of course. There's no other way it could be. When it says make righteousness and justice the measuring line and plume line in Isaiah 28:17. Okay? Do you think you're supposed to play stupid about this? It's the warrior spirit of God. So where's the most moral people? Where's the pinnacle and the core of the most moral people in the warrior spirit of God? If it's not directed by the Royal African Falcon top martial artist, it's not it. And if they sabotage him, and I'm him, mind you, then you must scramble that much faster to him. Where were you when they were sabotaging? Why didn't you protest on his behalf? Where were you when I'm being persecuted by people who worship the fucking devil? If you claim to be a subject of God, a slave to God, a servant of God, where the fuck were you? I didn't know what was happening because I was too busy following the devil. That's not good enough, because whoever is not with me is against me. With me. Whoever doesn't help me gather in obedience to me scatters on behalf of the devil. It's that simple. If you don't understand these things, don't read the Bible. Don't go to church. Don't go anywhere. You should go to church anyway because they worship the fucking devil. If you don't understand these things, scramble to me so I can help you understand these things. And if you do understand these things, scramble to me, because where the fuck were you? And of course, they don't understand these things because knowledge of God means fearing God and obeying God. So the wind, the wings of the wind, the angels, the messengers, and the wind. The cloud, the chariot. The chariot is said to be the cloud. The wings of the wind is said to be what God's Spirit rides on. The messengers, a collection of righteousness, a collection of messengers, the collection of the Spirit, which must include true love, romantic justice, righteousness, justice in general, the moral warrior spirit, okay? Mighty, being mighty, meaning morally mighty, focus, moral intensity, universal pinpointing, moral precision. These things must be in that spirit. And whether they mess up someone's brain while they're on walking in the way of righteousness, on the path of justice, that's a different story. But the spirit, which can't be touched, must have these things. And no one else has them, and no one else could possibly have them. The ants are more likely to have them than other people. If you don't understand that, what the hell are you pretending that you do for? You think mocking God is okay? Your people don't even understand God to the point where they don't have a word that truly causes people to think about what God really is. They don't have a word to describe His Spirit that helps them understand what the Spirit is. They don't understand what they're talking about. All the nations are wicked, going down to the realm of the dead. All the languages, all the people. This transcends that. So when we get into Matthew 24, that is the core part of it. Jesus saying when He's coming back, what's going to happen, and so on and so forth.